We met at a coffee house, and when I saw him, I knew him. Before he said his name, we connected. Our brief encounter turned into a 3-hour conversation. We talked like old friends catching up. We talked like old men on stools outside of liquor stores. We just talked about the day, about tomorrow's world affairs, local politics. And so now every chance we get, we talk. Phone calls to say goodnight can turn into whispers of good morning. We talk. And he likes my mouth. Now, I know what you're thinking, because the first time I heard it, I thought it was a line. I thought it was him just trying to be cute and clever with his words, because, he has these way with words. He can spit words in rapid fire. His intended target left ducking and weaving these words. They'd bounce off floors and walls. They'd gain so much momentum. They could hit with such impact. They could render his intended targets wordless. But then there are those times when he can simply ooze words. Slowly and smoothly, words just flow from his full brown lips like warm, rich honey, spreading lightly over hot buttered cornbread. This jumble of texture and taste that screams for my consumption. So he has these large, thick fingers that are attached to large, manly hands that caress the back of my neck and stroke my cheek and lifts my chin. And then he looks at me with these eyes that survey my face like an explorer, canvassing an open field, looking for that special space to set up camp, always returning to the same place. He likes my mouth, y'all. Not just lips. Lips, coarse lips, but tongue and teeth, the very shape of it giving him access to the inside of me. So every time he sees me, he greets me with this warm, big hug. He squeezes me and pulls me in, and it's always followed by his kiss. His kiss. It's like that first cup of coffee on a new day. It stimulates and soothes all my senses at once. His kiss comes down on my face like the midday heat of a summer sun. It's hot. It's undeniable. My eyes must close. His kiss tastes like pecan pie. It's sweet. It's sticky. It fills my whole mouth with a burst of his flavor, his kisses. They're never hurried, but they're hungry, like that last meal of a dying man. His kisses are passionate and deliberate, like I am the only source of his energy and his battery is dangerously low. His kisses suck my tongue. They bite my lip. They weaken my knees. He has these large manly hands that are attached to strong manly arms that slide down the sky of my back and settles on my moon. He likes my mouth, y'all. He likes me.
And I was like, I'll still eat the cucumber after you used it. I'm not going to waste food. But anyways, hey, what's up, guys? My name is Erik Excobar, filling in for Seth Rogen, our usual host. He didn't come through again. But you're here watching Sunday morning sessions where we book the biggest national acts, all right? The biggest national acts. We book them here, and we got one of those big national acts right now. Everyone clap it up for Kooki! Kooki, your work, oh man, it makes me feel some type of way. As the kids say, I get it excites me in places.
I know, I'm sorry about that.
In the soul. No, don't be sorry about it. If any, I'm encouraging you, please, more.
Keep doing that.
Please do.
Okay.
With this very, like, soulful, like, sexual energy amongst a lot of your work, like, I want to know, like, what kind of inspired that, you know what I mean, for that kind of tone and, like, vibe to really, like, have that through line in so much of your work.
It's interesting. Most of the things that I write are based on a personal experience. So it's kind of capturing an intimate moment and just putting it on paper.
Beautiful.
No names. Names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay, well, they don't sound that innocent in some of your so what do you find is kind of like the biggest challenge when you're approaching a new piece or when you're writing a new piece? There's just so much, I don't know, just like feeling in your work. Like, what do you feel is like the secret or the way you kind of really bring that energy, like, to the page?
For me, it's just really trying to capture the actual feeling into a word, which is harder said than done. Does that make sense?
Well, something's hard right now, I can tell you that.
Okay. I just want to convey what I'm actually feeling. And so I don't use, I've gone to see a lot of other poets, and it's kind of like straddling the line between it being erotic and it just being stimulating. And I would rather stimulate you and let your own thoughts take you wherever it needs to take you, as opposed to being explicit and erotic. Sometimes stimulation in itself is erotic. So
your goal has been achieved just with that answer to that question. And a very beautiful voice.
Okay.
So when did you start? Let's go with that. When did you start kind of becoming an artist in this medium?
I've been writing, all my life. I have notebooks and tablets going all the way back to like 5th grade.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Different material. Or you know what? I don't judge.
I'm sure it's based on interpretation.
True that. My 5th grade would have been, we couldn't even see the pages. Anyways, but so this work has gone back so far. When was like the first moment you've kind of stepped on the stage in a way where it was like, you weren't just like in a school play or like at a talent show?
When it was actually a open mic, spoken word kind of thing. The first time I actually did it was at DPL.
Okay, DPL is
the
Department of
the Poetry Lounge.
The Poetry Lounge. It's not the Poetry. It's the Poetry Lounge.
The Poetry Lounge. It was started by Dante. That's the duh part.
Okay.
Dante Bosco. Anyway, that was the first time I actually stepped on the stage. But I didn't actually get my footing until our mic.
Okay.
Which was about 3 or 4 years ago. And that's when I figured I had a voice. I didn't know what my voice was, and it was just through that affiliation that I kind of found my footing.
Every artist, I think, or at least for me as a comic, I remember that first show that just felt so good and was like, that was the moment. What was that moment for you?
That moment for me was in the 5th grade. I did a school play.
Okay.
And there was a part in the play where the audience was supposed to react a particular way. And the ability to make the audience respond the way you want them to respond, I was hooked. It was like, what? They laughed when they were supposed to laugh. That control. It was amazing. Stepping on stage and everybody being like, waiting on your every word. It was, it's like crack.
You may have given me a Dear and F, Miss Applebottom.
But
But you know
that's
what?
okay.
Tonight, I'm the teacher.
I got a play to do.
I'd
That's
have
right.
to do fourth over again.
That's
It's
right.
very upsetting.
I'm sorry.
I did fourth
It's
over.
okay.
Wasn't
You're
a good
here. You're
student.
okay now, though.
Oh, I'm doing great because
It's
I'm right
good.
here with Kooki.
It's a good thing.
One thing I want to bring up is we have this. Ooh,
Yay!
my father's son. Tell me a little about this project.
So this, I was part of a writing group called CLI, Community Literature Initiative, and it is a program headed by Hiram Sims, works out of World Stage Press in Leimert Park,
Word.
and they encourage artists to produce books. Hiram's goal was to make sure that every performer actually had something published, because you go to open mics all the time and you have these great poets and you ask for their work and nobody has a book.
Yeah.
So his goal was to make sure that artists had books. And my first book, and surprisingly enough, it's not poetry, it's a fiction novel.
Okay.
I know, because
What's the little teaser for?
a teaser,
my father's
two small town white kids meet Chicago during the 60s civil rights movement and the culture shock that ensued from there.
Have you or did you come up in Chicago? Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from LA.
Oh. Well, cool. You ever have
And I'm not white. I've never been
You're
to
not?
No.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Surprises
Go figure.
here. Educational.
You know, just you heard it here first, folks.
Have you ever had Lou Malnati's?
Lumo, what?
Lou Malnati's?
What the hell? What is that?
Lou Malnati's. It's Chicago pizza.
No.
They'll ship it to you. They'll freeze it and they'll ship it to you.
No.
It's great.
Okay.
Hey guys, so we're having a great time.
What?
Kooki, can you tell us a little about where people can see you, where they can maybe even read some of your work, check it out? Where can they purchase My Father's Son?
You can purchase My Father's Son at worldstagepress.org or Amazon. It is available on Amazon. Most times you can find me at open mics across LA.
Word.
Right now, one of the main places that I will be the Recess mic on Wednesdays, Palms Up Academy, or World Stage in Leimert Park, Hot and Cool Cafe, the Industry Cafe. So whatever the local spots are in Los Angeles,
We'll see you
I'm
around.
usually there. Mm-hmm.
And do you have any social media we can follow you on? So people want to check out a mic or a show.
I have a Facebook page, Kooki,
Kooki.
on Facebook.
That's your name.
Kooki, that's easy. Or Poet Kooki on Instagram.
Beautiful. Well, Kooki/Poet Kooki, thank you so much for coming on Sunday morning sessions. Once again, my name is Erik Excobar, filling in for Seth Rogen here. Bring you the biggest national acts in all of LA. Kooki's one of them. We're happy she came.
I am too.
I've been working all day and I'm tired. I have no need to talk, so I'm going to need you to grab me. Throw me up against this wall and ravish me. With firm hands and soft tongue, take over me. Demand total control. See, I've managed this body all day. And I've held intense emotions at bay, and right now I just want to lay here and be pleasured by you. Allow myself to surrender to you. Give it all up to you, and I won't struggle or fight unless you want me to. Do you? Can you handle this situation right now? See, I'm gonna need you to increase your participation in this right now. Turn up my heat. Maximize my anticipation for you right now. Right now, not later on, not in a minute, not even tonight. You see, right now, my body is ripe. So I'm going to need you to pluck this fruit. Go ahead. Take a bite. You have my permission to partake. So let my juices wet your face. And just be mindful, this ain't no game. Make sure your body can keep the promise your tongue just made. So yeah, I'm parched. And I'm a little thirsty. And if you are as hungry as you speak, if quench to your thirst is what you seek, if you want me, you can have me. But only if you take me right now.
Thanks again for watching Sunday Morning Sessions. I'm your host, Straight Magics, along with Erik Excobar. If you want to see more of us or our amazing guest, Kooki, please follow all the social media links down below. Please support her, buy her book, so she'll be my friend.